excuses, but you got one life to live, one life to give, one moment, one opportunity. Boy, that's it, and it's all said and done. When the going gets tough and the tough gets going, you just go ahead and run. Cause opinions are like assholes, everybody has one. They're being constructive or they jealous of the outcome. It's not about the times you fail, it's about the times you got up. And I don't even care what the fuck your excuses is. Fact is, you just playing the cards of foolishness. What you think I'm dubious, you gotta get up, get going and just move on. Don't look towards the past, you gotta groove on. You procrastinating now, you gotta get that motivation. I already created a track called Inspiration. Gotta get up, get going and get fucking hype. Welcome everybody to Wrestling Talk Now. It is your boy Justin JLB, and of course this is the rundown where, oh boy, what a week can do for the world of pro wrestling. I know my hair is usually a mess, but it is specifically in a mess today because I've been pulling it all freaking week based off of all the things we've been hearing about. We will get to it, but of course I am always joined alongside Mr. BIGRED, Big Red. How goes it, good sir?
It's going, and it's a crazy week. We thought that the biggest news of the year would be Vince coming back, but it's white hot of confusing, and I don't know what you want to call it.
That's fair. So we're gonna start there. So when we left off last week, we were talking about the Wall Street Journal article, and then Vince having a press release about him wanting to be back. Well, guess what, folks? Vinnie Mac is back. He was voted in as chairman, and then we found out on Tuesday Stephanie had stepped down as co-CEO, reciting that she wants to venture out into other ventures, I guess, but also for family. Kind of the same story we heard when she initially left the board of directors previously. So Stephanie stepped down, and then the rumor reel just started. It's the little engine that could. There was rumors that WWE was sold. And not just that WWE was sold to any particular company, but probably the one that would cause the most controversy, and that it was sold to Saudi Arabia. And then it would go private. On what?
It would be also damaged. Like WWE wouldn't be WWE anymore. When they said that they would be sold to Saudi Arabia, there's two things that popped in my head. Well, three. One, Sami Zayn.
Right.
Two, the women division.
Right.
And three, superstars like Sonya Deville, who is everyone knows is a lesbian, and all those bisexuals and whatever. They wouldn't be in WWE anymore.
Right. So yeah, that's it. And those who are, I guess, pro LGBTQT as well. Finn Balor technically does support that community, and Kevin Owens, and so it would be definitely very, very different WWE. Clearly, Sami Zayn wouldn't be there. A lot of stars had mentioned that they would walk out. No question there. I mean, so. Thankfully, though, that is not the case. But because no one was reporting it. Dave Meltzer wasn't confirming it. Sean Ross Sapp wasn't confirming it. Just a bunch of people who we kind of know was mentioning things, but none of the top four dirt sheet players were confirming it to the point. They said, yes, it's something that we've kind of heard, but we can't confirm.
But I honestly thought it was confirmed because, like we said, Stephanie stepped down, and then like hours later we hear this. So like if you think of it, Stephanie's a woman. Saudi Arabia not crazy about women
and having a woman as their CEO.
So I'm like, okay, right. So I'm saying, okay, this is going down. Like, and but like you said, it's not confirmed, and no offense, thank God.
Right. So, no, and that's it. And a lot of people are also thinking, well, if Saudi Arabia buys it, maybe Vince would still technically stay in power, because it doesn't necessarily mean that Saudi Arabia is going to move all their shows. Come to Saudi Arabia for everything or anything like that. It could still be ran in the States. I would imagine, but it would just be, certain changes that Saudi Arabia would want to implement, which obviously would be very different. Now, keep in mind, though, Saudi Arabia has been wanting to change their outlook on, or their
Yes,
image rather, on just being, a blood oil company and all this, and unfair treatment to women and so on and so forth. So they have been doing, there is this mission to bring a lot of stuff to Saudi Arabia, and this would also make sense for it to be as one of their things, right? We already have Crown Jewel. We already heard rumors of them wanting to own the company. I think the amount they read mentioned previously was like $8 billion, but that didn't end up happening. Well, it wasn't for sale yet. But so lo and behold, it is not true. And the first person to confirm that it wasn't true was Ariel Helwani. However, he is a WWE guy in that regard. But it turns out that the rumors just weren't true. Saudi Arabia is interested, as a lot of other companies are. NBC, Universal, Disney,
Amazon.
Endeavor, which is the UFC company. I guess Amazon could be interested as well. Apple, a lot, basically, bunch of
You for,
players. Nick
you
Khan
forgot.
had met. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you forgot one big name, and you were gonna say it right now. So continue,
Right.
my
So
friend.
Nick Khan has met. Nick Khan met up on Monday with the owner of Disney. I don't have the name, or the director of Disney Pictures, and the entire Disney conglomerate there, and also the folks over at ESPN. So they're just kind of making the rounds. So I guess maybe
There's also the other
somewhat.
con,
Who?
the other con.
Yeah. So I don't want anyone to read too much into this. I think
What?
it's more they're looking for a competitor's price. But yes, sources to it's Wall Street Journal's sister company that had mentioned that Tony Khan and Shad Khan were seemingly interested in also the sale of WWE.
But
I mean,
wouldn't
I
that be funny
feel
though?
it's a play on words, though. It's a play on words, because I don't think they're legit interested in buying it unless it's dirt cheap. Sure, they're interested in how the market is going to do for the WWE. And as your competitor, you would want to know. So I just think it's them just kind of lurking for competitors' price kind of
But
thing.
it
Just
would
to see.
be like a full circle if that would happen.
The only reason why I would want to see it happen is because Vince did it to WCW.
Exactly.
And then for Tony Khan to then do it to Vince, that would be ape shit. I don't think Vince would allow it to happen, though. I, honest to God,
But
um,
do you honestly think that he cares where it goes, or he just cares about the money? Because
hold
if that
on.
was the case, oh, we got a message. We
Hold
got
on.
we got a report.
We got maybe some breaking news.
Oh,
Company chief content officer return professional. Okay, so apparently, um,
I don't have
Jesus
nothing.
Christ.
Tell us. We want to know.
Okay, so okay, so
Vince McMahon.
I just want a successful run. Street last year, McMahon's take over.
It's sold.
Okay, just tell me this. No, it has not sold. It has not sold. Okay, so just days after announcing his return, McMahon's daughter Stephanie McMahon resigned, as we know, as co-CEO and chairman of the board, and now Nick Khan is sole owner and or sole CEO. Sources told Axios that Stephanie McMahon and her husband, Triple H, the company's chef content officer and retired professional wrestler, had opposed of doing a sale. So they're two people that actually don't want a sale to
Of
happen.
course not.
Well, I mean,
We don't need no one to tell us that. Like,
well, I mean, well, it's fitting because we just didn't know what their thoughts were. We don't know that they don't necessarily oppose of a sale, right? There's many. It really depends on what the rules are, because sometimes the company can just buy it and say, okay, we're going to run it like this for now and we'll see what happens. So McMahon was able, adding to the yeah, so that's pretty much it. Well, it's still very fitting because we didn't know where Stephanie and Triple H had landed. We didn't know if Stephanie was just stepping down because she was disgusted by what was happening, or it was maybe to protect her in terms of for certain negotiations, and Vince kind of wanted maybe full control. We don't know. And we didn't know anything about Triple H because Triple H still stayed as a lead of creative kind of thing. So we just didn't know. So it is kind of fitting in that regard to at least know that they are opposing a sale. But Vince McMahon, of course, is still doing what he wants to do and still going ahead with the sale, which is probably why maybe Vince just wanted Nick Khan to be the only person there, because Nick Khan was kind of always promoting the WWE to various other different companies and so on as a business venture. So Vince McMahon knows he can at least control Stephanie in that way. Dun, 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 dun. And yeah. And so thought it was more breaking news than that, but that is still very telling. That is still very telling that Tripp nor Steph doesn't want it to be sold. I guess, yes, it's we already knew that, but now that it's just been confirmed, it's out of their it's been confirmed that that's what they're opposing. Sure, you would think, because we knew, anyone who doesn't know about the Vince McMahon now and the family in the last 5 years might be saying, oh, well, why wouldn't you want to give it to your kids? I thought they were going to leave it to Stephanie and Shane or something like that. You know what I mean? But with everything that's been going on, we know Vince now is a pure egomaniac and wants a full fledged control. And we know the beef between that he has with Shane, and that the fact that he didn't make Stephanie full CEO, but also Nick Khan there as well, when Nick Khan has only been there for about 2.5, 3 years, does tell you something. So, yeah, so not so much too much breaking news, but it is interesting. Makes sense, but at least we know now that they officially had opposed it. We need to be right as a news, as a news dirt sheet, if you will, that they have officially mentioned that they opposed it. So, with that. So far, it's just in negotiations. And as I mentioned, they are looking to sell by mid-2023 if all goes well. So at this point, it really just depends on...
So it's before Mania?
No, mid-2023. So like June, July.
Oh, okay.
After Mania. Definitely after Mania. But I don't know what even if they do the sales, I think there is rules against, well, obviously there's still the TV deals that are there. So I would imagine they would still have to let all of that pass before they can kind of make any other changes. Just give me 1 second. I will be right back. Okay? Hold on. Keep talking.
So, well, my partner is gone for a moment or two. And so, yeah. So, June. So, we're going to see what's going to happen by then. And if you guys are listening, we'd like to hear what you guys think about it. Where do you see WWE going? Do you want it to stay the way it is? Do you want it to go somewhere else? And talking about that, I'll talk to you guys about in 3 weeks, June, January 28th at 5 o'clock. We'll be doing our Rumble Bash at 5 p.m. at 9515 Oshalaga. It's a free entry. We're gonna do our podcast there. Me, myself, JLB, Kid Crazy, the whole gang is gonna be there. That's 5 p.m. Free entry. There will be food and drinks for sale. And then after the our podcast is done, stay tuned because at 8 o'clock we're gonna watch the Rumble together. We're gonna have a little pool. I could say pool. More details are gonna come when we get to the time. It's gonna be a blast. So yeah, it's 9515 Oshalaga. If you have any questions, don't be shy to ask. Free entry, like I said. Food and drinks for sale. There's gonna be hamburgers, bifanas, which is like a Portuguese sandwich for those who don't know. Alcohol is gonna be there, water, soda, the normal stuff. That's 9515 Oshalaga. And then we're gonna have, and then yeah, that's it. 9515 Oshalaga, January 28th, 2023, 5 p.m. The event is on our 2 pages, and yeah, JLB should be coming soon. He stepped away for a moment. So back to what we were saying. We don't know where WWE is gonna go. There's a lot of offers on the table, technically. Uh, there's a chance of Disney. There's also rumors are heard that it might be going to Netflix. Netflix wants to be a part of it, a part of the talks. Amazon, which would be if Amazon would get it, I'm guessing it would be on Amazon Prime. There's Disney, as we said. There's ESPN. There's Peacock, which I think would be the best choice if I was Vince, since they have everything already there. It would be easier, I guess, an easier
My bad.
place.
I'm back.
And he's back. Whew, that was a long 5 minutes. Where the hell did you go?
Oh, Jesus. Well, no, my uncle called and I said that was the thing. And then he kept talking. And, Portuguese people. That's what happens.
Yeah. So I plugged our show, our January 28th already.
Oh, okay. That's fair. So WWE, so all this to say, WWE is not sold yet, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about it. For those of you in the stock market who have some WWE shares like I do, it's going up and down.
You do?
Keep
We'll talk about that after offline.
I have like a share and a half. I don't have anything crazy, but I still got something.
We're still gonna talk.
Yeah, that's fair. And yeah, so that's it. So still not sold. No one worry yet, but look for a lot of talk with a lot of different companies in terms of what might happen at WWE. I personally think it makes sense for NBC to purchase it.
That's what I said.
They already have. That's it. They already have the Peacock deal and whatnot, and they're already on the USA Network. Unless Fox wants to have a stab at it there, but ultimately, I don't know. I don't know.
There was also talks, like I said.
So
there was also talks. I heard that Netflix was interested. I heard that too.
I mean, look, Netflix has a lot of money, sure, but
I don't see it happening.
Netflix. Yeah, I mean, they don't have. I mean, I guess they can implement. I think they wanted to implement starting a live thing soon, but they would have to implement a live show for the library. The library can't be touched just yet either. So I don't know how exactly that would work because that's on another deal. Yeah, I don't know if Netflix has enough Saudi money or NBC money to really kind of mess around with, because I think it's between those two. I would think it's between those two. So we shall
It can't go to
see what
Saudi.
happens.
It, it can't go to Saudi. It could,
I
but
mean, it can.
it's gonna be the beginning of the end.
It would be definitely very different. It's not going to be the WWE that you knew. But again, things might not necessarily change um, over on the American side too, right? They can just say, okay, Vince, you'll still run it, you'll still be chairman, but we're gonna implement this slowly.
I
Um,
think the only good thing about it, if they got it, it would be a private company. I think that's the only good thing about it.
um,
As a
well, I mean,
viewer,
any other, yeah. I mean, why would it matter? As a viewer, it
well,
doesn't. Who gives a fuck if it's a private or a public company?
they could do. They could
Um,
go. They don't need to do this PG shit anymore.
well, I mean, they would if they still want sponsors, though. Granted, if
Oh
it's in
yeah.
Saudi, you don't need sponsors, so whatever.
Mm.
Um, but ideally, you would still need to appease the sponsors and all that. So it's not necessarily about it's a public company. Sure, shareholders have a lot of say, but it's more about the sponsorships and the TV deals with companies and all that. That's more really affecting
Hmm.
the the product, if anything.
Hmm.
So it's a mixture between both. Uh, okay. Yeah. So all this to say, Stephanie's out. Triple H is still there. Khan is the sole CEO. Vince is still chairman. WWE is not sold. Many companies are looking into selling it. So that is that. We'll keep you posted on everything WWE purchased or not. We'll keep you posted. And aside from that, let's talk about so William Regal. So now this had also caused a lot of memes going out on Twitter about William Regal. Now that he's back, Vince is back. Vince initially fired Regal. So that obviously hasn't affected anything yet. And now we know Regal's role is to kind of be a
I'll be
part
back.
of all be a part of all of Raw and SmackDown tapings to undergo. He is vice president. Where is it here? He is he is vice Okay, so Regal's new position requires him to be at all Raw and SmackDown tapings going forward. He was at a number of the recent TV tapings. He was not at the NXT this past Tuesday. So he is just vice president of development. So I think it's kind of sort of similar to what, not development, but sort of similar to what Jeff Jarrett used to do with the company. Only he has the VP role. Regal, however, will not be able to appear on WWE television in 2023. So that is why he was able to opt out of his AEW contract in December, but he won't be able to be on TV yet, or it looks like all of 2023. So there is that. So Regal will be there. We'll be helping out backstage. We'll be doing a lot of stuff in the VP role. But will not be on TV. Other big news is FTR is taking some time off. Dax had mentioned on his podcast that they would probably be taking some time off until April. He had mentioned that he appreciates everything Tony Khan has done, and they've had tremendous 2023. But they ideally would like, rather 2022, and they ideally would like to see what their next steps would be in terms of making an impact as FTR. Want to see if I can um, maybe get dun, 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 dun. Where is it here?
I don't know where
Just
it is.
looking for I'm basically talking about the FTR scenario.
Yeah.
FTR is off until April. Um, I had essentially mentioned that they were just going to take some time off to heal, also reflect, and figure out what else they can kind of achieve in the wrestling business as a tag team. So I guess they don't have a contract then, a full-fledged contract with
No.
AEW. If that is kind of happening, we know they had issues mid 2022 in regards to that. So, yeah, so we'll kind of see where they go. And that, I guess, maybe might explain, this is something they maybe might have talked about for a while, because that might explain why they had lost all the titles. They had wanted to take some
Hmm.
time off, kind of figure out what they were going to do. And that's what they ended up deciding there. So not this Raw. Is it this Raw? Not this Raw, but next the following week's Raw will be the 30th anniversary of Monday Night Raw. It, of course,
Triple X.
Triple X indeed. It will be the 30th anniversary of Monday Night Raw. So far, we have Sean Waltman, X Pac,
How
scheduled to
excited.
appear. We
How
also
excited.
got Rick. Well, whatever. He's going to be there, probably a DX scenario thing. And why not? And also, along with that, Kurt Angle teased a little something on his
Yeah.
podcast, which might make sense. That was the podcast. He also teased that he would I'd pitched something for WrestleMania.
Hmm.
And Ric Flair also mentioned he was going to be there. He had mentioned that a few weeks back on top of that. So it looks like he had made a deal with them a while ago to do that. And I imagine that is the only ones they confirmed, but I imagine we're going to see a bunch of wrestlers there.
Are we going to see Vince? I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. Just to say now and wherever the slogan is, then forever, whatever it's called.
Then, now, forever together.
Yeah. And then he just leaves.
Hold on. WWE announces in support of exploring a sale, they'll use services of Rain Group as financial advisors, Kirkland and Ellis
Where'd you
as legal
get this
advisors,
information?
and August LLC as com advisors. So basically, we heard of the JP Morgan, right? JP Morgan was also going to be part of that too.
Where do you get this
But
information from?
I get people sending me shit all the time, bro. And this is on WWE's website, just so you know, as well. And if you want us to explain that to you like you're 5, basically pay some smart people to give you advice is what that is. And it's just a bunch of lawyering companies who have dealt with selling businesses and all that, and they're just legal advisors essentially. It's for big corporations. So this is just more proof that WWE is serious about potentially selling the company, or Vince is serious about selling the company, and yeah, that's it. But what were we saying? So Raw 30th anniversary. I feel like the last few anniversaries haven't been much, and I get it that it's the 30th. It's the big hurrah, the big shebang.
But are they doing it in New York with a small arena?
No, I don't think it's in New York.
That was the best part of it.
Yeah, that was very cool. There you go. Let me check if they actually announced Raw will take place. No, it's in Philadelphia, which is why Kurt Angle was rumored to be there.
Yeah, he lives
Why
in
he
Pittsburgh.
might be there. Roman Reigns and Ronda Rousey are also being advertised for the event as well, which
Nice.
I guess makes sense because need the head of the table there for crying out loud. And I don't know why you'd have whatever. Ronda's a big name, sure. I think Charlotte would make more sense since she's champion. But sure. So Raw 30th anniversary happening January 23rd, 2 Raws from now. So yay. I don't know. I am no longer happy. I hope the creative doesn't change. And Vince has no input on the actual product as it is now. But who knows? Maybe Vince is just fully focusing on the sale and won't worry about the actual product, since why would he care? Since he's going to be selling it anyways. But he is an egomaniac. He's cared a lot less for a lot of other things.
I wouldn't surprise if we see if Stephanie tries to make her own thing.
Oh God, you're one of those people? Triple H and Steph are going to make their own promo?
You never know.
No, not a thing. Not a thing. Stop it.
You never know.
Don't be one of those Twitter heads. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Twitter heads.
Twitter heads.
It can happen.
No, it won't happen. Why would it happen? Why in the blue hell would that happen? Steph is going to just take her millions, retire, do something else that she was interested in. She's been in the wrestling business her whole life. Now is the perfect time to take care of the kids. The kids are still young enough and so on. Why would you want to put that's extra hard work for yourself to start up a new company? You're crazy. Yeah. But yeah, that has been mentioned.
There you go. I'm not the only one.
No, Twitter heads. That's where it's been mentioned. Twitter heads. But
I'll be surprised.
Again, possibility. Never say never. But
Stephanie's all elite.
I'm saying never in this lifetime. Stephanie is all elite would make sense. I can maybe see that happening. I don't even see that happening. She's not going to go.
I don't see that.
I don't see that happening. You know what I also didn't see happening? Adam Cole Bay returning back on AEW on Dynamite last night. And it was a shocker, complete surprise. He apparently even had went down to like the car floor and put a hoodie over his head and wrapped himself around so no one can actually see him go into the arena. He made extreme efforts for being hidden. What a shocker. And then Shivani basically saying, I am not pleased to mention this wrestler to come out. We probably all thought it was going to be.
I don't hear you that well.
Jeff. You don't hear me that well?
No, your mic is too low.
How about now? Is this better?
There you go.
Oh, Jesus. Never have I ever heard someone say they couldn't hear me. Everyone says I talk really loud. So that is interesting. Adam Cole, he's back. He even went to the extreme measures of hiding himself in the car on the floor, wrapping himself around just a puffy jacket so no one could see him. And even Tony Schiavone mentioning, I don't want to mention this wrestler coming out. Thinking it's MJF. And you know all about you know what I mean? Like his theme song hits. Absolutely. You can see it in his face. He was very excited. Looks like he's going to be a face now, though, because he doesn't have any of his
posse.
What do you call it? Posse. What's his posse's name? Undisputed Era with him. So
hopefully he has a better second round. His first round wasn't the best.
Well, no, I mean, it was fine. It's just there was a few people in the title picture at that moment. They were doing something with him and Undisputed and All Elite, all that stuff. So, there was something there until he got injured. We obviously haven't seen Adam Cole since
8 months. 85 days. 85 days, you said? Almost 3 months?
It's like 6 months, man. It's been since Forbidden Door.
8 months. Sorry.
It's like 6 to 8 months. It's been
Yeah.
since Forbidden Door. It's been a while. He was very heartfelt in what he was talking about there. He was talking about how, for a while he couldn't really sleep. He didn't really know what he was doing or how he was feeling. He dealt with a really extreme concussion and had to be going through that. Told that he was egging on the fence, said he had good news and bad news, but it turns out that the bad news was that it was for the rest of the roster because Adam Cole is back, baby.
Yeah.
Boom. So really cool to see him. Really excited to see him in singles competition now. Completely not be a leader of a stable. Really just want them to go all the way, baby. Go all the way. And give me some fire matches. Give me an Adam Cole DB. You know what I mean? Make DB and Adam Cole face. That would be awesome before. I mean, I assume he's back, so we're going to see him wrestle as soon as maybe next week, in that regard. So it'd be pretty interesting to see what they do with him, though. We'll definitely see what happens there. Really excited. Definitely need some baby in my life because, boom. Speaking of Daniel Bryan, boy, was that match also pretty freaking fire with Daniel Bryan and as MJF would like to call him, take a shit up. That promo was cringe, but it was also kind of fucking good. I enjoyed it, but it was also kind of cringe. I know it's it's Takashita, right?
Takashita, yeah.
I believe Takashita. That was a great match, and we knew DB was going to win because he's obviously not going to lose. He's going to face MJF at Revolution on March 5th. But boy, it still got me thinking. It still got me wondering, like, oh my God, he got out of that. Daniel Bryan is now, he has his arm, so he can't reach to the ropes. But then to Takashita.
You're going to say something else.
I was going to say something else. And then Takashita ends up putting his foot on the ropes. It was a fire match. Really great. It wasn't the match to start the show, I believe.
No, the match was
Adam Page and John Moxley with Adam Page with the win on top of that.
I was very happy about that.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I mean, makes sense. We haven't seen Adam Page in a hot minute due to his concussion. So pretty interesting to see both superstars, Adam Page and Adam Cole, back from concussion, no problem. Looks like I don't know if they go to the same doctor or anything like that there. They probably don't. But clearly they got some good medics working for them, though, because that's pretty awesome. Obviously, Adam Page wasn't just as severe with concussions. It can go anywhere between, very mild to very severe. So he's back. And boy, was that a fire match. Adam Page did not hold back at all.
It was very good.
That was great. And Adam Page beats him, of course, with the bugshot lariat. Boom. And John Moxley looked like he was all injured and all that. So maybe this is where John Moxley is going to finally take some time off as he was supposed to after
hopefully
All Out.
Take as long as you need.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I do think Moxley might need a little change in promo development. I think he's getting a little stale there. But yeah, I mean, he definitely deserves some time off. He was the man of 2022. So for AEW, in my opinion. So I think it's pretty fitting for him to take some time off now. That would certainly work out. Since we're still on AEW, also we do got the finals of the Trios Championship match, and I just got to applaud both the Elite and Death Triangle for doing all of that match within 15 minutes. You can tell they were on super speed and doing all these spots left, right, and center. I know, and I agree with you, Big Red. I'm not overly crazy on how the Young Bucks, how the Young Bucks basically just over exaggerate all their moves and look like they're doing more ballet than anything. But yeah, no, I thought it was pretty impressive just by the speed of rate they were going. They were just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, but haven't
And
we seen this already?
well, it was the best of 7. What are you expecting? I still enjoyed it though. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
There's not a
I know.
match out of the 7 that I was like, oh.
I know it was a best of 7, but I'm talking about the actual ladder match. We have seen them in a ladder match. To me, I was not excited about it. I knew that the Elite were going to win it either way. So I was like, huh.
Well, I mean, I thought maybe they weren't. I thought maybe they weren't gonna win it though, and they were still gonna give it to Death Triangle, just because they don't want the Elite. They don't want the fans don't want. They don't want the fans to think, oh, they won it because they're still EVPs or something like that. But
Well, guess what?
it was a hard battle. People are still gonna say it anyways. Absolutely.
And I'm one of them.
And okay. Boom. Thought it was something WWE related, but it wasn't. Sorry. Busy guy here. Whew. So with that, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. We have maybe, I think the match that's gonna happen. Oh no, but that's only a tag match. I think most likely we'll start seeing them maybe wrestle the House of Black. I think that might be a potential, and maybe who beats.
But the Awesome Black have a match with Best Friends Friday. Could you put that in silent?
No, they don't have a. They don't have it with. Yeah, I could. They don't have a match with. No, don't they have a match with Eddie Kingston and?
Yes. I was getting something confused. One job.
They have a match with. They did the promo. Someone had asked them if they're still good friends with Best Friends. Orange Cassidy was up front.
Yes,
yes, we are. Danhausen was there. The dude with the box. I don't know who that dude was. With the box.
I think he's a country singer.
Oh, okay. I think maybe it was the guy from last week that they had get involved there. The country singer dude. I forgot his name.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, I'm not a country singer fan.
You don't
say. No, I don't say. I do have. That's pissing me off, though. Hold on. Let me check here. It's not.
I have to buy.
Damn it! Where's your Rampage? Huh?
I have to buy your jacket. I want to buy one. Is it comfy?
Oh, very comfy. I'm fucking boiling as we speak. I should probably bring it up.
But what is that? A large, a medium?
This is, I think, a large.
Yeah, so I need a double X.
Double XL. No, damn. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, doesn't matter. They face someone though. They face someone. So that was big news. We also then, of course, had the women's tag team match where there was the long-awaited rumor of Mercedes Vernado potentially showing up, aka Mercedes Monet, or Money, aka Sasha Banks. However, it looks like they just kept it with Toni Storm. That was just the thing they did, and voila. We did see Shida come out towards the end of the match. So we thought, okay, maybe something's going to happen here, and maybe Mercedes Money is going to get involved somehow. Nope. That was a swerve there too. We do see Shida potentially turning though, as she tried to give her kendo stick to
and we said
Tony.
that.
Britt took it.
And we said that was the plan.
I more was saying it along the lines of that it was going to be before the match, and that's how we're going to see Mercedes Vernado. So I initially I was still on the fence, but I had thought it was going to be before the match, kind of thing. that she was going to hit Storm, and that Storm wasn't going to be able to compete. Now I'm angry that it was the only women's match on AEW, but I also thought it was a very fire women's matchup. I really did enjoy it. I thought we saw Saraya improve by a lot on this match. I still don't think we saw a whole lot. But definitely this helped protect Saraya a bit more, but she did do a few more things now where she did look confident with. So that was cool. And Jamie Hayter is just money. Tony Storm, her and Tony Storm just have great chemistry, though.
Yeah.
They really just pull it all out in the ring there. So it is a good time there. And that is pretty much it. The Acclaim is going to get the Walk of Fame, Hollywood Walk of Fame mural on the
Are they really?
sidewalk there. Well, they mentioned it. I don't think they would lie about that. And the scissors are permanently going to be engraved in Hollywood. So that would be pretty cool. That's pretty cool when that happens. Maybe it was a joke. I don't know. But then why even mention it? You know what I mean? That's the only reason why they were there. And that was pretty much Dynamite. Well, what was kind of your thing for the week, though? SmackDown, Raw. What was your like go-to moment that you recall that was like really awesome moment for anything really involved in wrestling right now this week?
I really enjoyed the Moxley match.
Yeah, Moxley Adam Page was fun.
Yeah.
No, I mean in terms of matches, you really had a fire show go forth. So
I found Raw and SmackDown were flat. To be honest.
Well,
There's
I mean
nothing
the
good.
whole I mean it's just all Bloodline though. Bloodline stuff is good. We saw Uncle Howdy now with Alexa.
Yeah, which is
this time around. So that is still happening. We actually see Howdy there. I'm a bit over it. I personally don't want Alexa to be part of it, though.
Well, too bad for you.
Too bad, yeah, I know, right? So I don't know. We'll see what that means for the Royal Rumble. But it does look like it's going to be Alexa versus Bianca, probably for Royal Rumble to face for the championship, and maybe that's when the Fiend gimmick will make a full-fledged turn. The Miz is the Miz TV with Dominic Mysterio was hilarious. Okay. I think this is the best thing for Dominic, though. I think this is hilarious, dude, and it's funny.
How can you find this entertaining?
It's fucking comedy gold, though. Corey Graves is a bit much, though. Just a bit much.
I can't. I find this disgrace. To know that he's
a joke.
No, it's bad. It was bad.
He was in prison, man. Yo, listen, Dominic was in prison. Don't talk shit about him.
And plus with the eye drop, like, are you
teardrop, bro? You know what that teardrop is there for, don't you? Come on now.
Oh my!
I think it's comedy gold. I love it.
It was the worst thing I've saw all week. Like I said, I'd rather watch paint dry.
Damn. Well, you'd always watch paint dry. Who is this? Face of Stonehenge. Let's go. Oh.
What? More news?
No. Sorry. Yeah. So I don't know. I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I think this is where we also got. Wasn't there news that Gargano was also injured?
Yes.
Right? So there was news about that, which kind of sucks, but also maybe it's kind of a blessing in the sense that at least it could get him away from this storyline. It does really suck, though, that he is injured. I don't wish that upon anyone, but at least it kind of can pry him away from this whole thing. Dun, 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 dun. Um, let's see Gargano's injury. The Gargano injured. Ba, 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 ba. Boom. So Gargano. So Johnny Gargano has provided an update on his injury. He's dealing with how much time he'll be out of the ring. Blah 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 blah. Since joining the Raw, okay. Also had gotten the chance to team with Kevin Owens. Holiday tour. Okay, that's it because it was at a live event, right? Gargano competed in a show in Toronto on December 30th. Tag team with Loomis against team with Corbin. And he had left the match with a shoulder injury. Gargano tweeted about his shoulder. I injured my shoulder at a live event in Toronto, and the medical team is going to protect me from myself for a bit, but you better believe I'm going to do everything I can to get back in the ring so I can be that guy you all know, and I can be just let me in the Rumble. And he was on an edition of The Bump where he spoke about how he was given 5 to 6 week timeline to return from injury in hopes to beat it. So doesn't look like it's going to be Rumble. Maybe he'll be back for Elimination Chamber though, which might be cool. Yeah, so that sucks for Gargano. So it looks like he might not show up at the Rumble. Hopefully his recovering is more speedy than we think. And he is back sooner rather than later. So that was kind of my takes on Raw. We are going to see now the Usos face off against Judgment Day, though. So that should be interesting. Because they had won the tag team turmoil. So kind of down with that. I mean, I'm down with lose it because I think it's going to be the fall of the Usos as well. So
there's also news about Chelsea Green signing with WWE.
Yeah. Oh fuck! I forgot about that. Jesus, WWE.
Which most likely she's going to be the new leader of. Basically, she's going to replace Mandy Rose.
Oh, okay. So she's going to be in NXT.
Yeah, that's what it's been said around the block.
Yeah, so she has been signed for some time, apparently. So Chelsea Green is back with WWE and has reportedly been signed with the company for quite some time. So I guess that would also only mean that we might see woo 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 back Cardona.
Probably we're going to see Cardona just at the Rumble.
Or maybe in a full-fledged contract too, though. I mean, depends. I don't know what Vince back though. Who the fuck knows? And yeah, so Chelsea Green is back. So I don't watch NXT though, so it's not really going to affect me much. But we'll see how she compares to Mandy Rose. That is also maybe another update as well. Mandy was also on daytime television. I forgot the name of the daytime talk show, but she had mentioned that when she was let go, she wasn't told it was because of her fan time account. So that is pretty interesting there. We had initially thought that, we heard the rumors of Matt Bloom was the one that mentioned to Shawn Michaels, and that if it does go against her contract, it would make complete sense that it would be that. And legally speaking, if there is something there that she can't essentially be promoting another company with her WWE name and so on and so forth, then I don't know why they wouldn't have mentioned that to her, but she does claim that she was hurt when they had notified her of her release, but didn't necessarily mention the Phantom account as to why, which completely weird. I was trying to find the interview. We will get up the interview over at the social medias, though, for you guys to check out. Because, that'd be kind of interesting to get her take on that. But aside from that, Mandy's doing pretty good. She's made reportedly over $1 million in December. just off her fan time stuff. So kudos to her. Make that money, Mandy. You do you, boo boo. You do you. Um. mm, 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 mm. So with that, I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else crazy that we're maybe forgetting.
No, basically it was mostly Vince, Steph, and Sale. That was the big stuff.
Yeah, Vince stuff and Sale. Um, was there not something crazy on SmackDown? What happened on SmackDown?
Well, basically we're gonna have Sammy versus Kevin, which is gonna happen tomorrow.
Yes. Oh yeah, that
We're
should be fire.
gonna
Right. So it was the Usos versus because they were watching it. Sammy was watching it in the back with Roman
yeah, and Paul.
And Paul, and they had their each they had their own popcorn as well on top of that.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, you had the tag team champion Sheamus and Drew McIntyre versus the Usos. That was a fun match. You had Ricochet versus Top Dollar. I don't know if anyone actually thought Top Dollar was going to win. Charlotte Flair promo, bit weird seeing Charlotte Flair talk and like be a face. Not really a fan, but
Yeah,
I'm also kind of tired of her promos to begin with. So
but when she becomes face, it doesn't last long.
yeah,
It
I
doesn't.
mean it sounds weird though, so it probably won't. Um, yeah, so obviously we had Roman crack under pressure, and that's where he apologized to Sammy because KO came out to say like, "Yo, your problem's not with
Mhm.
Sammy, it's with me." We had Kofi Kingston versus Santos Escobar. It was an okay match, but whatevs.
Mhm.
Escobar defeated Kingston though. Um, so then they also showed that backstage Sammy was trying to attempt to talk to Reigns, but Paul wouldn't let him in. Madcap Moss and Emma versus Karrion Cross and Scarlett. Yep, didn't really care. I don't know, man. Cross and Scarlett defeated them though. I don't know, man. I'm not giving two fucks about Cross though at all.
No.
Scarlett looks legit. I like Scarlett in the ring. I was cool. Scarlett set Emma across the commentary table, eliminating her from the equation. There was like a few stuff she did there. Um, but yeah, Charlotte Flair did her promo, like you mentioned. Um, I must admit, I never thought I would hear "thank you, Charlotte." I may be a lot of things, but there's one thing I'm not: is complacent. I think they think you're a trick. Flair laughed at DeVille in response to a chant from the WWE universe. Ricochet versus Top Dollar qualifying match. Ricochet defeated Top Dollar, obviously. Um, and then we had the match Drew McIntyre. It was a good match though. I did enjoy the Drew
Yeah.
McIntyre
Oh.
matchup
Mhm.
with the Usos, but obviously the Usos take the cake. And now we are going to see the Judgment Day versus the Usos. Why none of the SmackDown tag teams weren't in the tag team turmoil is beyond me. But yeah, because I was like, oh, maybe there's not any. But then I was like, no, there is the Brutes. There is Drew. Drew and Sheamus just got a tag team match with them. But there's a few tag teams. It's the Viking Raiders. So it was weird how they only kept with the Raw guys, Raw tag teams for to face the Usos. But it
Maybe they're
is
gonna
what it is.
do the same thing, but for SmackDown. Who
Yeah,
knows?
but I feel like they don't. I feel like they don't have enough guys to do that. I mean, they have the Vikings, like I mentioned, the Brutes, Drew and Sheamus, and I guess Top Dollar's team, Hit Row. You have two of those guys maybe becoming a team. And that's it. You kind of only have four, um, which is why I just assumed they would have been on the Raw brand, but nope. And yeah, and that is pretty much your wrestling recap. I think Dynamite takes the cake.
Yeah.
It's kind of maybe biased because it is the last that we do see, but it was a very fire show from start to finish. It being in Hollywood, they also did break a few records.
Mm-hmm.
AEW Dynamite. I don't have the viewership rating, but they broke the last day sales records, walk-in sales, and they ended up selling over 700,000. They made $700,000 just for the show in LA. So pretty good for something that would start at 4, because they obviously had Dynamite and Rampage.
Mm-hmm.
And Ken Jeong, who you would know from The Hangover as Chow, or Judge in America's Got Talent. No, The Masked Singer. As well as you also had Freddie Prinze Jr. there with some Freddie chants. I, for one, did not know he was in Scooby-Doo.
Of course, you
So
didn't
I
know
was
that?
like, CG. I don't know. I don't think I've ever watched the fucking Scooby-Doo films. I like the newer ones he's talking about, right? Or like the first older one, like the original Scooby-Doo that came out, the
like
movie.
no, the actual movie with humans.
Yeah, but there was a few of them. No, he was in the original.
I'm not a Scooby Doo guy, so I wouldn't know.
No, that's fair. Well, I probably just didn't watch it then. But yeah, he was there. And obviously you mentioned She's All That.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Okay, I probably just erased this movie from my mind because it was really bad. Do happens. Yeah. So great Dynamite. Raw was decent enough with the whole Raymond shindig. Obviously, it's just gearing you up for KO versus Sammy on Friday, and that's where the money's going to be. So that is going to be fun, and yeah, and I guess that is pretty much your rundown. Yeah, Mr. Crazy couldn't make it because he had a little
Work issue.
work issue, so prior engagements that he had to attend to. So it is what it is. That's fine. That's why we're a bit flustered with the news. We keep saying we'll make our own notes, but it never tends to happen. But I think we did pretty decently. I think we did good. We just need a little reminder here and there, and then it all comes back. It's a lot of wrestling, so bear with us. But please let us know what you enjoyed, what you liked, what you thought was your tops and drops, if you will, of the week. We're gonna start doing that more so on TikTok more often, because heck, that will probably make us remember more. You had done it. You had done it this week already, or last week?
No, I just promoted that we're gonna do it.
Oh, when we're gonna do it, okay. Well, I mean, just for the sake of maybe editing it afterwards, we can certainly do our tops and drops if you would like. But I think you had mentioned in terms of your top and drop match of the week, what would that be?
It would be Mox and Page.
Mox and Page, okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Daniel Bryan and Takashita. I thought that was just a fun match all around. I'm even thinking the women's match gets close second for me as well. I really did enjoy that. If I would have to pick a WWE one, I'd probably pick the Usos and Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. That match was pretty good. So that was fun. Raw, I can't really recall if any matches were halfway. The Turmoil was good, but it's a lot of freaking tag teams. Yeah, so that's my match. Promo of the week.
Promo of the week. It was Roman.
Which one?
Wow,
SmackDown, the Raw one.
The one that he's giving the shit to Sammy.
Okay, so the SmackDown one. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I would probably have to go with It's not going to be Ricky Starks, I'll tell you that much, because that pro fucking weird between Ricky Starks and JAS.
Look who he's dealing with.
What do you mean? Look who he's dealing. Well, Hager, but still, I mean, yeah, Hager has Psycho Sid syndrome, I guess, because yeah, that was pretty weird. I'm gonna kick your face off of your face. Like maybe that was an homage to Owen Hart when Owen Hart said, I'm gonna hit your leg out of your leg or something. I mean, I'm hoping that's what it is because otherwise it didn't make much sense. That was also a thing too, by the way. JAS also showed up at PWG. So that was pretty fun. Yeah, so promo for me, I'm probably gonna have to go with the MJF promo. It was a little cringe, a little weird, but I still enjoyed it, and I'm always here for an MJF promo.
I feel like when he does his promos, it's on replay with a lot of editing.
There's no editing.
In a sense, it's the same thing, but you just change the names. You know, that's what I mean.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can see why some people might get tired of it, but it's still good. This one just felt a little bit forced with the Ken Jung stuff and the whole, we speak here in America, we speak English. I was kind of like, oh, God.
We speak American. American, not English. American.
Yeah, so a bit weird. Even the take a shitta, I don't think anyone could have pulled that off except for MJF, but it was still kind of weird. Yeah. But I enjoyed it. Fucking MJF. He's an asshole, but I love him. But he's my asshole. Yeah, and then worst match of the night for you? Or of the week, rather? What's your drop of the week?
I was not ready for this.
My bad. That's why I gotta get you off your toes.
No, it was wait, I'm thinking. Give me a second. If you have one, you could go.
I believe mine was most likely from SmackDown.
Okay, yeah. It was Charlotte versus Sonya Deville.
Oh yeah, that's fair. So they did fight. Yeah, it was a bit quick. Yeah, no, that might be a good one to do actually. I do like Sonya. Maybe I don't want to necessarily I also don't want to do I'm probably gonna have to go with Madcap Moss and Emmett versus Karrion Kross and Scarlett. I think maybe that's a bit unfair though, in the sense that I just don't care about anything that's happening there. I will never give it to Ricochet, a Ricochet match. I think Top Dollar has potential, but unfortunately he's just not there yet.
I'm ready for Top Dollar.
Is this when he turned heel?
He's heel, Top Dollar, yeah.
Yeah, did he turn heel, or is that last week?
That was last week.
No, that was the week before, right? Okay.
I'm ready for them to get released again.
Ready for what?
For them to get released again.
Oh my God. Look at you. Vince is back and you're already thinking people are going to get released. I mean, it's going to happen. That's a bit much. It's a bit much. Little cold.
Well, it's minus...
Is it minus 40 in that room? Because that was a little cold.
Minus 9 in Montreal right now. So
okay. Well, in that room, it's 30 below. 30 below, because that was a bit cold.
Because I'm the real face of evil. No, I'm joking.
No, and that's fair. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you for dealing with our ramblings, but it was a lot. We were really focusing on the WWE potential buyout of WWE. That rumor was a total clusterfuck with that unconfirmed rumor was total clusterfuck. But at least we know it wasn't true. And so we'll definitely keep you posted on everything and anything with our socials at WTN Wrestling Talk Now. I think we just have it as WTN, right? So at WTN Wrestling Talk Now, or you can find us on Twitch twitch.tv/WTN_Wrestling Talk Now. We would appreciate a follow as we are here every Thursday night running it all down for you again and again and again. So by all means, a banger after the Banger Bros. I hope that's not their legit name because that was a bit fucked. Banger Bros sounds so weird. But yeah, so we'll be here. Big Red, where can they follow you, good sir, if they want to get the needy greedy from Big Red himself?
At Twitter at BigRed_WTN, or on our WTN forum or our regular page, WTN Wrestling Talk Now, where I will bring the rumors and news that the dirty sheets, I was going to say sheets, present.
The dirty sheets are already shitty. That's why they're dirty. So, you didn't have to over-imply it.
Or if you want to see me in person, you can see me at January 28th at 9550 Charlotte at a Rumble Bash.
That's it. January 28th. Mark your calendars, ladies and gentlemen. That is where the Rumble Bash will be. What is that address one more time?
9515 Hochelaga.
9515 Hochelaga. The show, the podcast will be at 5. And the Rumble itself will be, I believe, at 7. So by all means, either show up before the podcast or show up just for the Rumble. We would like to have you all there. Just a bunch of wrestling fans watching a little wrestling. If we get enough people, we will do a Royal Rumble pool. And that should be a fun time. So by all means, 9515 Hochelaga. I was just double confirming. Perfect. 9515 Hochelaga. Be there or be square. Let us know down below. DM us. We would like to know if you would like to come. By all means, there will be food and drinks that you can purchase there. So no need to eat beforehand. You can come and eat and watch it with us. Should be a good time. And that, I think, is pretty much it, folks. Big Red, thank you for joining me. We will, of course, be joined by Kid Crazy, I imagine, next week, if all goes well. And we will see you next Thursday to do it all again. So until next time, ciao for now.